Yo, what are we doing? There's a little sign on the printer. It says, don't put paper in this tray or it will jam. I try to print something. It's broken. I wonder what's wrong with the printer. I check the first tray. It's empty. I fill it with paper. I reprint. I get an error message. I look it up. Jammin' printer. These are industrial grade printers. I wonder what could be the cause. I open up tray 3, which shouldn't have paper in it. And little to my surprise, I've got 6 pages that are trying to be sucked up into the printer. And then a full stack of paper in the tray that is clearly labeled with a big old blue, bright blue, baby blue sticky note saying, do not put paper in this tray or it will jam. What are we doing, people? What are we doing? Oh my God. Oh, I think we're stupid. I'm like, oh, that's it. Maybe I'm just like really, really petty. I get it from my dad. Maybe I really have attention to detail and maybe a little bit of OCD. So when someone makes a mistake, it compounds into something that is like, what the is going on? But I truly believe that I'm not alone in this. I'm just alone in this. You know what I mean? I think that I'm surrounded by idiots, but I'm not being overly petty about it. I think I'm just so surrounded by the garbage that I just don't, I can't compute it in my brain. It's giving me anxiety and aneurysms. I'm like, stupid alert. I'm literally like out of my brain. And even in high school and now, I talk. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'll go hours or days without talking to anybody. And sometimes, man, I'll just be talking to talk. And maybe it's my own like weird like little ADHD thing where it's either I'm off or on. And if I'm on, I'm all over the place, bouncing back and forth, and some people find it irritating or even annoying. But what I find irritating, annoying, and downright disgusting is when you see a clearly labeled rule and you've been there long enough to see the difference and just blatantly ignore it and then make comments about it. Now I go, what kind of moron put paper in tray 3? Oh yeah, it was already broken when we saw that. I'm not buying it. You broke it. Do not lie to me. So when I see that, I get very irritated. When I'm like, hey guys, I'm kind of busy right now. I have this patient, and they go, did you get, I don't know, check the chat. I have this patient right now. Shut up, okay? It's just fascinating to me, really. I mean, I'm truly perplexed at the capacity for these people to make these mistakes. It's just crazy to me. And I'm pretty sure I already talked about this in another version of another video, but probably some other mistake that someone made. And don't get me wrong, I make mistakes too. I do it all the time. I made mistakes today. But these are simple mistakes. These are simple changes, simple mistakes, something that can be easily corrected. But people are straight up breaking the printer until IT comes and fixes it. It's out of commission for a week because someone put paper in the goddamn tray that we said we're not supposed to put in. I mean, it's just pathetic. And on top of that, I gotta deal with that. I gotta deal with that, and I kind of have to bite my tongue on this stuff, but I've got to deal with this. And this just does not compute. We got somebody who just doesn't want to be there. I got somebody there who just doesn't understand and has no concept of reality. I mean, like, aloof is the best term for it. I'm sorry, but if you've been there for a year, you know what's going on. I don't need to teach you anything. If I still have to teach you after you being there for a year, I'm annoyed. Okay? I'm annoyed. So when I saw mistakes as lessons, you saw them as mistakes, and that was it. And when you see a mistake as a mistake and that's it, and you see nothing to gain from it, that's how you repeat your mistakes, all right? I mean, it's downright sad. You have to acknowledge the mistakes that you make in order to prevent against them in the future. If you do not acknowledge that you made that mistake and you do not take accountability and actually take the time to learn the thing that you missed, you will go, that wasn't me. No, that wasn't my patient. No, I don't remember that. I don't know. I forgot. Okay. So in the future, we're going to do this, right? Yeah, I really don't remember what that was, but okay. What? You just were told by the boss that you screwed up. And you're over here going, I don't know what you're talking about. What? Then the next time, maybe a month from now, you go, I made this mistake again. I don't know what happened. What do you mean? You already made this mistake before. You're making it again? Oh my gosh. You know that whole thing about history repeating itself? Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the World War I and World War II were both started by Germany. What's up with that, Germany? Now I'm German, Irish, and Polish, but I promise you I'm not trying to start no wars. What I'm trying to find out is, how did it happen twice? How did Germany go, can we fight? No, we cannot fight. Nuke, boom, gone. I'm not condoning that. All I'm saying is, it would be very easy to stop a tiny little country from pissing off everybody else in the world. Seriously. Imagine if our third world war is, guess what, Germany's back. We back in business, baby. We just kicked some guy out of art school and he is ready to throw down. What? Actually, I think the next world war will be on the United States. It'll start as a civil war and it'll become a world war. That is one hypothesis. Another thing is that North Korea, China, maybe Japan, and Russia all combine forces and attack the United States, the UK, and whatever other countries, you know, the ones that don't count. I'm just joking. But what am I trying to get back to? Oh yeah, stupidity. I'm just genuinely disgusted by it and irritated out of my mind by it. You see, I work in a job where quality, quantity, and speed are essential. So when you do not have speed, you do not have quantity. I'm talking about quantity of patients and also quality of accounts that you work. And you're spending time in an account later and you're like, oh, hold up. Before I check in the next patient, let me look to 20 patients ago. I gotta make sure I put my notes in. Are you a doctor? Do you have photographic memory? Why would you wait to put your notes in? I do not have photographic memory. If I check in 20 patients, I got 20 patients' date of births, 20 patients' names, 20 different procedures of the patients. I ain't remembering nothing on the first patient by number 20. I don't know who that is. I never met him in my life. I got short-term memory loss. I have no clue what you're talking about. You'd be like, yeah, he gave you $4,000 in collections. I don't know that guy. I have never seen that man in my life. I don't know this guy. There must be a mistake. This is a setup. I don't know this guy. That's that's Death Note right there. Light Yagami. I did not have sexual relation with that woman. Bill Clinton, stop that man. That man is a freak. Do not lie. He was in the Oval Office. And did he even get impeached? I guess he got impeached, but he didn't get kicked out, but maybe he stepped down. I don't know. Kind of wild. By the way, if you ever want to distance yourself from a situation, do what Bill did. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. He said that woman. As in, I don't even know her name. Yeah, that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. See, he just kind of says it like, I don't know that woman. Her name Jennifer? Oh, I don't know that woman. I don't know. You said Patricia? I don't know that woman. You said Monica Lewinsky? Oh, I know that woman. I know that one. I cracked myself up. But yeah, it is kind of crazy what we are doing. Let's get away from the negativity. Let's talk about something that's important. TV shows, anime, and movies. These are forms of media that are truly inspirational. I would like to do YouTube channels as well. Call this a note for the future. I want to make 4 separate videos, maybe even 5 based on music and artists and stuff, and actually go through TV series, the best TV genres and series, the best movie genres and series of those movies, because I truly believe that while there can be great movies, great series can change the world. Take a look at the classic Avengers. By the time they got to Endgame, everyone wanted to kill the Marvel execs, but besides Infinity War and Endgame, they were still really good movies. I mean, they had to kill Scarlett Johansson. What's up with that? And then they're like, oh, actually, we're going to bring her back to life because we never made that solo movie. And we are taking a big old dip in the numbers. So let's get on that, people. Also, the only female superhero that I can remember, except Gamora or Scarlet Witch or whatever. By the way, Scarlet Witch is actually evil, but she's not. But actually, she's evil again in the newest movie. Okay. But Scarlett Johansson as the Black Widow. Then they made a movie about her sister, and she happened to be in it or something, kinda. And then there's that Russian guy, which also played that guy in Stranger Things. And also there's, he's like knockoff Russian Captain America. Then there's somebody else, and then they're on this flying base, and everything blows up, and the CGI is terrible. And it's a spy movie, too. And it's about the terrible, horrible training that they learned in ballet and spy training. Screw you, Marvel. You had so much hype for an amazing movie about Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow and her backstory. And you just gave us the garbage. The garbage. Floating base, Russian knockoff Captain America, and also, she's not the only spy. She also has a sister who we've never seen before. F you. I mean, come on. Now, I truly believe that after Infinity War and Endgame, Avengers went to garbage. We got that, what's that movie called? I don't know, the one with the emo guy. Mr. Bipolar. That was good. I think it was called The Lames or something. Or the mid people. I can't remember the name to save the life of me. What is it called? It was Avengers. No. I don't know, something mid. So you have like all these cool heroes, right? But then you assemble the goobers that are like super mid. I'm just gonna call them the Midvengers, okay? And the Midvengers go on a journey together to become close friends. Half of them are assassins and killers, but they're gonna be our heroes, I promise you that. I mean, Tony Stark built a bunch of weapons, and he was like, let me blow them all up so I can become the only weapon. And I'll keep world peace while also not making any money, and also defying the government, and also, I don't care. Cool, man. Tony Stank, you the best. Alright? But then you got the Midvengers, and they're like, yeah, we used to be hitmen, and we used to kill people, but now we just want to save this bipolar guy from killing everyone. He did just kind of vanish everyone in one fell swoop. And he's undefeatable, and his name's Sentry or whatever. But honestly, by the time you're done watching this, you wish you were a century old. Don't get me wrong, Midvengers was a really good movie about mental health. That's about it. The main villain of the movie is kind of garbage. The secondary villain of the movie is kind of garbage. And the guy who actually is doing the damage is supposed to be a good guy, but he's actually not, but he is. And he just wants to do better. That's so great, man. Could you possibly not wipe out an entire city within seconds? Because I don't know how we're supposed to, like, stop you, Mr. Shadow Guy. However, the Midvengers did save one woman from a falling brick. It was a small brick, and it fell on her, and they caught it. It took all of their strength to do that, but the Midvengers were there to save the day. You're pathetic. Downright sad. But anyways, another thing. Oh my gosh, there's so much hair. Why do I have so much hair? Ugh. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we got movies, we got anime, we got TV shows. And I think that if you ever search up top anime of all time, top TV show of all time, top movies of all time, top movie trilogies or movie series of all time, you're going to get some mixed results. But if you go over a couple websites in IMDb, you can get an overarching idea. Breaking Bad is number one. And I just started rewatching Breaking Bad for the third time, I believe, or technically second time of watching it all the way through. And I gotta say, Breaking Bad is an amazing show. Even in the first episode, actually, I am 3.5 episodes in right now, and I don't know why I ever didn't want to rewatch it. I always thought of Breaking Bad as just kind of slow progression, but these episodes are an hour long, and they are compact and thorough and detailed. And yeah, there's some scenes in there that are just people talking, but there's so much to this show that is just beautiful. It really is. I mean, the character development, it's spot on. Another one I'd have to say is Game of Thrones. I mean, if you, besides all the fan service and the sex and the violence, it is the show. Now, the directors for Game of Thrones decided to peace out and do some stupid Marvel TV show directed by Disney, overarched by Disney or sponsored by Disney, and it was downright pathetic. And they decided, hey, we need to finish this up. We need to wrap this Game of Thrones up. So half of everyone's dead. Also, we killed Daenerys, so there's no cousin relationship. That stuff was weird. We gotta kill them. Kill the Lannisters. Kill them too. We don't need them. And Jon Snow, I know he was like working up by the wall and he hated it at first, but he loved it and he wanted to do it because he was a loser and he was a Snow and a bastard. But he's also a king now, but we don't like him, so he gotta kill the queen, and then her supporters of the New World aren't gonna like that too much. So Jon Snow, you gotta go back to the wall. I know you're like your blood right is technically Targaryen and Stark or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So we're just gonna send you back to the wall now, okay? Even though you're the most honest and whatever character. But we're going to give it to Mr. Unlikable, Mr. Three-Eyed Raven. Now, you've seen him throughout the show, and he's been having the same damn dream for the last 4 seasons. But the good news is now, well, he's still crippled. But now he has a wheelchair, and he's also the Three-Eyed Raven. And also, he also has a lot of stories, and he can see the future but not really the past, and sometimes the present but not all the time. Screw you. Seriously. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna be watching Breaking Bad again. I think Game of Thrones is kind of a one-time, maybe twice watch. Breaking Bad could be watched 3 times over. The great thing about anime, and I'm not a gooner or a weeb, but there's something about it. If you want to watch it in subbed or dubbed or whatever, I think that as long as you're not a gooner or a weeb, anime is something that is special and emotional. It really brings out the heart. Because it's not about a character, well, like I'm talking about like a realistic character. If you get invested to it, you are invested in someone's drawings and a voiceover. The story has to be so good that it overcomes that hurdle. I mean, you could make a movie about the worst plot ever, but if it's got action and okay CGI, you watch it and you say, it was okay. But if you have an anime that has low budget and the plot sucks, no one wants to watch it, no one cares. So an anime has to have amazing plot. And then on top of that, the animation should be really clean, and the work that goes through it, the projected like costs of it, the amount of money that went into it, all that stuff gets factored in. But I feel like anime is so much more enjoyable because each season, it's 20-minute episodes. You bang out a season, 12 episodes, let's say, and 12 divided by 20, technically 4 hours. So if you have 4 seasons of anime, 12 episodes, 20 minutes a pop, you're looking at about 16 hours or a couple days, or maybe a week or 2 weeks of watching something in a very concentrated manner with an accelerated story. And you'll find that you can kind of miss these characters once you're done watching it. And you're like, dang, like it's over. Where's the next season? And I don't think you get the same effect. Like, even after watching Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad, I'm like, Walter's probably dead now. Maybe. If he's alive, great. But this is over. I guess it's it. Just like with Game of Thrones. Half of everyone's dead. Daenerys dead. Jon Snow gotta go back to the wall. Okay, I'm done. You know? Like, once you conclude the story, that's it. I mean, you can rewatch it. You can be like, yo, they need to make another season of that. But I don't think that it's the same case as an anime. When you watch an anime, you go, they need to make a new season. Because it is just, there's something different about it. The essence of anime, whether it's watching subbed or dubbed, you get attached to it more. And you're really, like, affected by the fact that you stop, like, that you had to finish a season. Like, I remember when I first watched an anime, I was like, that's it? Like, I was distraught. I had to talk to all my friends about it. Because I was like, that's it? When's the next season? You know, you watch Breaking Bad, Ozark, whatever. These TV shows don't matter. I could be like, yeah, I would enjoy another season, but not like anime. Anime, you need another season. You are like, gah, I need that next season, you know? Anyways, that's my little tidbit for today. That's my little powwow. So, don't be stupid. And enjoy wonderful shows that have good character development and slight intelligence. By the way, finished up Death Note. Amazing anime. If you've ever watched it or never had watched it, you better get on that, because it's amazing. Anyways, see ya. Peace.